Obviously just awesome, I think is the only word that really comes to mind. The atmosphere, even before the game started, but certainly when I came out with a few minutes left in the warm-up was just incredible. And you could feel, even though people were still filing in, you could feel the buzz and the energy. A week ago or so when we played at Aiken, for the conference championship, you could feel it from our crowd, but obviously there wasn't, the whole place wasn't filled, but you could feel that buzz and you could feel that energy. And to have that same feeling and that same kind of vibe through the arena, but have it be so crowded and have so many people invested was really incredible. I mean, when they were just sort of introducing the game, when we're first lining up for a national anthem and they're even trying to introduce the game and you can't hear anything, you know what I mean? And the place is going nuts. It was incredible. And the appreciation we have as a program for our students, our administration, our community of Dahlonega, I don't even know their words right now for me to describe how pleased, how appreciative, how proud, how touched, you name it, we feel it. And so that's the first thing that needs to be said. The second thing that needs to be said is these guys played with so much toughness and so much grit, and to lose someone of Frank's caliber in the first half to 2 fouls early and to play well, and to still play well and not be rattled and not care in terms of our attitude, our approach, and our execution was really cool. And I think it's a testament to who these other gentlemen are at the table as well, and to our entire program, and I think that's pretty darn cool. And I think we played well at times and not as well at other times, right? It goes kind of every direction. But to be plus 14 on the glass, to hold them to 39% shooting, to make plays down the stretch, to finish it even if it got a little bit sort of squirrely there in the last sort of 15, 20 seconds, is a testament to these three and our entire program. And it's really cool. It's really cool. I couldn't be prouder as our head coach.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Man, I don't even know where to start. You guys.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
I mean, the atmosphere was electric. I mean, my phone was going off with people that were watching. They were like, man, is it that packed? I was like, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So, I mean, congratulations for the tournament you guys put on, number one. But you guys played so tough the whole time. You guys did not buckle, like you say, even as it quote-unquote looked squirrely in the last couple, under a minute, especially when there was a foul and a three-pointer. I was like, oh my gosh,
Foul on the three, foul on a rebound. We have some PTSD around here about fouls on rebounds late in games. So
absolutely, but it was these three right here, plus Colin, that was huge down the stretch. I mean, Colin was big in the first half, and you guys pretty much kept it up. Frankly, in the foul trouble in the first half, it's like you guys didn't miss a beat. I mean, you guys were still moving, and that was really a testament to the experience you had all season. Can you talk on that?
yeah, I'd like to talk on multiple things there. I think because it's important to understand that atmosphere and that crowd was driven by the performance of these men first and foremost. But there's so many people behind the scenes, committed to providing a good environment for our program and the arena, but just all the tournament participants. There are all sorts of school administrators, athletic administrators who do a ton of work for us, and these are the kind of things that are possible because of that. And I'm not even talking about the winning, which is possible and fantastic, but I'm talking about the experience that these people, and when I say these people, everybody that got to be in the arena, both teams, officials, Lander fans, North Georgia fans. You will not go to and be a part of a more electric sporting event. I don't care how many people are there than what you felt tonight, and that's a testament to our administration as well as these guys and their performance. As far as the toughness of our players, I'm not surprised. I mean, I'd love to say that, oh man, it was amazing, but that's who they are. We've had a bunch of trials and tribulations over the course of the year and over the course of our time here. And our ability to maintain some tunnel vision, even if we felt poorly, to maintain our tunnel vision and remain committed. And so there's a reason that, Caden's the tournament MVP, right? Totally deserving. And yet 5 other people have been up here for these media times at the end of games. And it's a testament not only to how good a player he is to be able to earn that, but it's a testament to the depth of our program and the number of people that we have that are very capable. And beyond that, not only are they talented and capable, they're willing to do it and willing to stay committed when they don't get an opportunity. You know, Case Roach is willing to start the league championship and is also willing to come off the bench and not play a bunch necessarily at every turn in the regional tournament. And he doesn't care at all other than, can our team win? What do I need to do? And I think he's a great embodiment, like these 3 are, of everybody's commitment to what we're trying to accomplish. And it took us a while, to be frank, this season, I think, to get back to that. You know, with all the expectation and I think all the attention, it's really challenging. These are still young people. We weren't healthy. We weren't very available. We had all sorts of things. But I would say just in time, we found our way back to that program-wide commitment in everything we do.
Coach Evans, Patrick Connell, Rambo Sports. Just a quick question.
Yeah.
Strategy-wise, did you send Frank back in later in the second half after the G's got his 4th foul with the intention to drive on and try to draw the 5th foul? Strategy?
I mean, we knew he had 5, but the reality is, like, we're probably going to give it to Frank to drive regardless of who's defending him or how many fouls he has. But I think Frank is a smart enough and savvy enough player to understand the circumstance and demand that a whistle's blown through his performance and his footwork and what he does. And, you know, it's a testament to him, honestly, to be able to sit for 15 minutes, 16 minutes, 17 minutes of the first half, whatever it was. I think he might have come back late. No, he didn't even come back late in it. But show up the second half, and it took a little bit probably to find some rhythm, I think, but to find that rhythm and to be able to perform down the stretch. So
thank you. That was my question for you, Frank. 3 minutes, barely over 3 minutes in the first half. Biggest game of the season.
you see
Gotta be
Frank.
frustrating. Did you take that out in the second half? You didn't come out.
I mean, of course it is frustrating. I mean, I feel like for me, I've dealt with it a lot, getting those 2 fouls early. I mean, I feel like it's my biggest struggle that I try to stay away from, not getting in foul trouble early. But I feel like it's the same thing that we say every time we come to this meeting. Just got to trust in your guys. I mean, like you say, we go down the roster. Everybody is ready to go. Everybody want to win. So at the end of the day, if I'm in foul trouble or not, I know they got my back, and I know when I get in, I got their back too. So that's really how I look at it.
Can you just talk about just every time they made a run at you, y'all have an answer? I know it was late in the first half, they took the lead, it was 1-point lead, and then y'all went on the 8-0 run, and then every time y'all would get a cushion, and then they would cut it or tie it, y'all have an answer. Can you just talk about the mindset there?
I mean, yeah, Coach, like, throughout the whole tournament, just throughout the season, just talks about staying the course. And obviously we played Lander 3 times, so we know that they're a tough team. They're going to make some runs, but it's just staying the course, you know, I mean, rebounding, defending, and I knew eventually that toward the end it would just kind of work itself out, and that's what we did. So, yeah, sure.
AJ, I think a lot of people brought up the cliche this weekend. It's hard to beat a team 3 times when you leave and play Lander. What makes North Georgia hard to beat 3 times, and what was different today?
We just keep preaching. Just stay the course, stay the course, stay the course. We know what we're capable of at the end of the day. We came to this game knowing that we can beat them. They wasn't supposed to beat us last time, but, you know, things happen. So we just came into this game with a different mindset, different energy. Like he said, that's a good team. They're going to make shots. So we just got to stay the course again and, you know, find a buzzer ring, win or lose. We just got to just go with the results.
Yeah, I think there's some anxiety at times for people when you get beat a couple times, right? There can be, you know, but we had a stretch there in February, latter part of February, where, you know, we got beat by 1 in overtime. We got beat at the buzzer. We got beat in a tough road game in Southwestern in a tough environment, you know, and I think there's a lot of people, both just in general, I'll say, and I'll talk about the region, that looked at us and were like, well, maybe that's it. And while we didn't feel great, right, none of us felt great in that moment, I don't think there was any doubt that crept in, and there was no straying from what we were trying to accomplish. And to get to the end of this thing and to win the league tournament, to win this tournament, it's especially gratifying because, like, we know what it feels like to come up just short. Like, we've missed out on 2 regular season conference championships essentially at the buzzer last year and this year. And that does not feel good. Perfectly honestly, that does not feel good. But that exact feeling and that exact experience is why we get to hold up these trophies we've been able to hold up over the last couple of weeks. And the idea that, you know, our region and certain publications doesn't think we have a first-team all-region player, doesn't think we have maybe a couple all-region players, this idea that somehow we weren't good enough, but yet we're good enough to host this thing, we're good enough to win the last tournament, and we're good enough to win this thing. And those doubts, maybe it makes me petty, but those doubts are part of what fuel us. And, you know, to get picked first in the league was cool. Was there a big target on us? Yeah, for sure, all that stuff. But here we are in the middle of March, and we're standing. And we're standing. And we've accomplished a ton on the strength of our numbers. And I'm not big on talking publicly about how I feel about certain things, but that trophy, the conference championship trophy, is all anyone in our program cares about. That's all we care about. We have accolades. People have won things, right? He's happy about being tournament MVP, but I guarantee you, we're going to go back in the locker room, and nobody's going to be thinking about what they did. They're going to be thinking about what we did. And it makes me really proud for us to have that kind of edge and be able to perform that way, you know, despite some doubts.
Continuing on those accolades, Frank, you've gotten a lot of those over the years, but your reaction I thought was very genuine and obviously very exciting when you heard Caden's name called. Tell me what went through your mind when you heard that he was the most outstanding player for South.
I mean, he deserved it. I mean, like, Caden, I mean, you know, y'all not with us every single day, but just to see the growth that he's had as a player, as a young man, it just makes me excited, you know. I mean, that can be anybody on the team, but just for it to be him, I mean, I feel like it was special because, I mean, when we go on away games, he's always my roomie. We're always in the roommates in the room talking about the game, playing about what we're going to do, how we're going to approach stuff. So just to see him go out there and play every day, because, I mean, we all know he's a dog, but just to see him get recognized for that was just, it was like it made me happy, and I'm sure it made everybody else happy on the team too.
And Katie, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you almost looked a little surprised to hear your name called. What was your reaction?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the fact that, I mean, obviously Frank, the best player in the country, and AJ, just the best point guard in the country, in my opinion. So, I mean, just playing with those two guys has been special. And, you know, obviously they draw a lot of attention. It's just a matter of me playing through them and just, you know, finding my spots. And, I mean, like I said, they're just two of the best players in the country. And I'm just glad that, you know, I could be recognized as well. But, I mean, it's like I said, it's just a team success. I'm just super happy for the team and obviously for us, the coach and the program.
I mean, I think that surprise that you see is because he doesn't think about that stuff. You know, that's where it comes from, you know, is that he's genuinely not thinking about anything but what can I do to help us win. And that makes it an even cooler moment.
Can you just talk about that unselfishness too? It seems to be a common thread here. I think back to AJ's pass on the break where he made the fake and then dished off with a layup, but it just seemed like a lot of the big moments tonight when y'all got those backbreaker baskets against them, it was someone dishing it all the way across the court or whatever it may be. Can you talk about that unselfishness?
Like I told him the other day, it doesn't matter if I score 20 points or 2 points, like tonight. I'm always unselfish first, pass first, but, you know, scoring just come with just the confidence that these people give me. I'm always going to try to make the right play. We don't care about who scores the most points that night. If it's your night, it's your night, but unselfishness, that's just the team foundation. So that's been our motto the whole year. Don't worry about accolades. They'll come if they come. So unselfishness is just the right way, and that's why we're here right now, holding this trophy.
I mean, I'll say too, to go off of that, like, we like playing with each other. Like, we like to have fun. So, you know, making a no-look pass or throwing a dime to somebody and seeing them finishing or seeing that, like, it makes you happy too. Like, it's about, I mean, of course, basketball is about putting the ball in the basket. But at the end of the day, you know, to see your teammates have success in certain stuff they do, like, we all put in the work, so we trust each other. So I think, like, in most games, I mean, we're always assist leaders. Like, we pass the ball. That's just something we do. Like, we move it. So I think, you know, it's nothing new to us to see stuff like that, you know, get excited and, you know, get a little fancy. I know Coach doesn't like it sometimes, but, you know.
I like unselfishness. Fancy,
Sometimes.
mixed feelings.
You obviously spent time in the Midwest. You're from there. Have you ever been to Evansville?
I have been to Evansville.
You
Yep.
excited to go back?
You know, I'm very excited to go back. I've never been more excited to go to Southern Indiana in my entire life. Jeff Tarnowski, who's our VP of Development, I think is his title, a year ago, started telling me, when he found out it was in Evansville, he started talking to me about, that we were going to make it. I never told you guys this story, that we were going to make it, and then how he's going to make up T-shirts that were like, "Welcome home, Coach Evans," or something, as if it was my hometown. And I saw him tonight at the celebration, and the smile he had was just incredible. It was a really, really good feeling. It was a really good feeling to make that come true, and I appreciate these guys for pouring everything that they pour into this program, and our staff, Benny and AB and Hannah and Kat, pouring everything that we all can into this program. And, nights like tonight are huge punctuation marks for it, there's no doubt, but like we've had a ton of good times. We've had a ton of life-changing experiences, and now we get to go try to have another one. Have another one.
Congrats, and we will see you down there.
Awesome.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.